binocular vision. In laparoscopy we are using telescope, here you are using stereoscope. So you have two cameras there. Intrusive surgical, most of the time they don't make the camera their own. They are outsourcing the camera from the Panasonic. As we know that Panasonic is one of the world leader of the 3D technology. So if you see, it is written intrusive surgical, but on other side it is written Panasonic. So intrusive is outsourcing this technology from Panasonic. And this is the head of the camera. After that you will attach the telescope. Telescope should be cleaned properly. You will clean it on the tip, then you will clean it on the optical, this eyepiece. You make it sure there should not be any humidity, and then you will attach it. It is 0 degree here, and this should be up, and this intrusive surgical 3D which is written, that also should be up. And after that you will connect it like that, and then you rotate it. This is anti-clock, it is disconnected. After attaching it, you will rotate it to clockwise. This is clockwise, it is already locked. Anti-clock, it is unlocked. And after pushing it, you press it clockwise, it is locked. And then you will attach the light cables. There are two light cables which is going, and both has to be attached. Basically these are two telescopes attached in one. So that's why it is a stereoscope. And then you will switch it on, and after that you will attach the LED light cable, light source, and you will do the white balancing and focusing. The same way how you do in laparoscopy. Once the light is there, you will put a white object and you will see on the screen. You can see here a white object, and then your assistant will press the white balancing. It is AWL. On the right upper corner you are seeing it is writing AWL. AWL stands for automatic white balancing. You have to do white balancing of only one camera. Automatically another camera will get white balanced. Both individually you don't have to do, because both the cameras are synchronized with each other by the software. So if you are changing the shutter of one camera, another will automatically change. If you are setting any setting of one camera, other will change. You do not have to focus also separately. One focus itself will do. Focusing can be done by two ways. One way that your surgeon can do from here, another way you can do from there. You have a button to do the focusing, and right now he is doing the focusing. You will keep at a distance of 10 centimeter, and then this is focusing. You can see here, right now it is defocused, and now he will do the focusing. This is defocused, and then it will be focused. So this way you can do the focusing at a distance of 10 centimeter. After that you will do a scope alignment. A scope alignment is required only in the robotic surgery. It is not required in laparoscopy. I will show you how to do. Give the scope alignment knob and you will put it here. This is how you will introduce. If you have 30 degree telescope, it has to go from the above. If it is 0 degree, it will go directly. And on the monitor you will see a plus sign. So you keep it like that, and the monitor you are seeing the plus. After that you have a button here. Press this button and it will give you the scope alignment button. Now this is a touch screen. All is electronically controlled, and you will press the scope align, and then you will press the scope type. It is 30 degree telescope, 0 degree telescope, so I am putting it because it is 0 degree telescope. And then you scope align. And now I am disaligning it like that. It is disaligned. If it is disaligned like that, then it is bad, because if it is disaligned, then you will get a diplopia. You will see inside, you will not see a good 3D. So you have to align it, and you can align it like that, and it is left and it is up. So there should be only one plus sign. Two plus signs should not be visible. And this is aligned now. And then you will click it and it is done. And the scope align is finished. And it is over, and now go back. It has a tele-mentoring, tele-proctoring capacity also. Now we will do the focusing. And he is doing the focusing, and it is focused. This is not necessary to assistant to do. The surgeon also can do the focusing. There is one button you can see on the paddle. There is a up and down. plus and minus, and if you press it, you can do the focusing from there itself. So there is just like a accelerator, you will press it and it is focused and defocused. So surgeon also can do. Even surgeon also can do the calibration from there. But if you are assistant, you are good assistant, before surgeon comes, you will already complete the white balancing, focusing, calibration and waiting for surgeon to come. All the work is done. These all homing, everything you will finish. Not only that, if you want to give a communication to the surgeon, here is a possibility that you have the pen and you can select the pen and you can write like that. And you can tell the surgeon that this is the point which you should cut. And surgeon is seeing inside. And there is a mic, there is a speaker. Whatever you speak, surgeon is listening. There is a speaker, you are listening the sound of a speaker there. And there is a mic also in the surgeon console. Although right now we are in the same room, we can sorry, we can easily listen to each other. But sometimes if you are in other country, then what will happen? Or if you are operating from one hospital to another, so that's why two-way audio-visual communication is there. Suppose you want that this uterine artery is here and you should cut it, then surgeon is showing, and whatever your assistant is telling, that also surgeon know. There is a rubber, if you press it, it will delete. Exactly same way you have a TilePro view. In TilePro view, you can attach it with the ECG, cardiac monitor, pulse oximeter and capnograph. All the parameters, vital ECG parameters also can be seen on one of the small window of the screen. And you can adjust that window and surgeon is seeing it. And surgeon can listen even the ECG sound of the patient. And if the anesthetist is doing something wrong, he can tell from there that CO2 is increasing up, so you have to increase the rate of respiration, and those communications are established. In the same OT, it is not required because you are seeing outside also. Generally, surgeons should not remove the head from the console, because as soon as you remove the head from the console, all the instruments are statue. Otherwise, yes, stopped. Otherwise, it will do the perforation, because you are not seeing. Just like if you are driving a car and you are not seeing the in front, you are seeing back, then you can hit anyone. So robot has a big safety mechanism that if you are not, your head is not inside the console, then there is a head sensor. And head sensor, if it will not find your head inside the console, then all the instruments is getting freezed, it is getting locked, so that it should not do the harm. So that's why TilePro view is necessary, because without removing the head, surgeon can keep on operating, and while operating he is seeing. There is one small window here. You can see this window. This is showing you the orientation of the camera. If the camera is little rotated, that also rotates. So surgeon seeing in that screen can control the movement of the camera also, and he knows that his camera is rotated or orientation is not correct. You don't need camera person here, because camera is also held by the intuitive surgical robot, and it will control the movement of the camera also by a camera button which is in the clutch. Just by the side of the clutch you have to control by the foot. How to do, I am going to demonstrate you later. So this is how the basic setup of the robot is there. Now this robot is ready to operate, and we have to do the docking, and after docking we will start operating. So now I am going to demonstrate you the surgeon console. Is there any question by this time? So till now we have discussed the different instruments, the robotic arm, how to do the focusing, white balancing and calibration of the 3D. Yes?
Regarding the power supply,
Yes, it is very good question regarding the power supply. This is very important that this has its own backup power. Even if worst condition, you should have one UPS. That is one 5 kVA online UPS attached. This sound is coming from that UPS. Robot is not making the sound. The sound of the fan is coming from that UPS. There is a 5 kVA online UPS, not offline. And that is giving the power. But that is safety, extra safety. It has its own power. But it has power its own in the surgeon console also, and patient side card also. Batteries are inside. Those are rechargeable battery, it keeps on charging. But the problem of its own power is that it can work only for 15 minutes. Within 15 minutes, your generator or backup power should be stopped. Either you can use one UPS or you have a generator. So it has its own power, it doesn't depend upon the power. Because during surgery, if power is a little bit off for few seconds also, and if it will not have its own backup, it can do disaster. It can perforate somewhere or it can blind completely. In laparoscopy, at least we can remove the CCD and we can see by the naked eye, isn't it? Or you can remove the telescope. Here, even telescope you cannot remove because telescope is locked with the arm, isn't it? And if it is complete loss of power, it will be a big problem. That's why in the surgeon console there is one emergency stop. There is one button that is called as emergency stop. And sometime in cases of emergency, you can press this button so that it will unfreeze all the arm and you can do the conversion if you have to open the abdomen.